Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Jay Legend, and you're now tuning in to the Do You Know Who I Am podcast. Today, I got my lovely, lovely co host. Introduce yourself.
My name is Melissa. Me and Jamal have been friends for,
Over 15 years.
yeah, we met in high school. So it's really an honor to be here today. We've been talking about this for a couple of years, maybe like 4 or 5 years. So the fact that we're really
About 30.
tuning in right now is kind of feels like a dream. This don't feel real. So I'm very proud of him.
It's lit. It's lit. I'm happy to have you on here. You know what I'm
Happy to be
saying?
here.
It's been a long time, but we here.
Mm.
And what we're going to do is start off the show. We're going to start it off lit. It's my podcast. It's my new podcast. If y'all don't know, or if y'all new to the podcast world following me, I had a podcast called Goat Talk. And now it's a new podcast called Do You Know Who I Am, which is way better, new and improved. And everybody that comes on here is going to be lit. They're going to be fun. They're going to be excited. They all are somebodies to me. You feel me? So one thing about this pod, everybody can't come up here. So that's one thing I'm going to say off rip. So if you're here, welcome. All right? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So what you been up to this year? Like what you been up to this summer?
Well, over the last year, I've been teaching in a charter school, so it feels nice to kind of have the summer off. So if you have kids who are in school, you better respect their teachers because we do work hard and we do deserve summers off. I just been taking a break from like the daily chaos and just trying to like tap into myself and like up here because living in New York, every day is like a fight. It's a fight to get to work. It's a fight to find parking. It's a fight to stay awake. Like it's a fight to get food. Every day is some nonstop chaos. So it feels nice to just like shut everything off and just really relax. So that means spending time with family, seeing friends, doing everything that you don't get to do during the school year.
And get a nice little tan. Look at you.
Oh, I'm fried. I'm fried. Like, I didn't realize. So me and my friend went to the beach and she brought canvases and paint and stuff. And I didn't realize that I was painting in the sun. Like, the sun was just beaming on me. And yeah, and now I'm like a little fried. Like a little French fry.
You can make an omelet.
Yeah, yo. Mad red, right? Embarrassing.
Me, look, pretty soon you'll be looking like me in a second. I don't know.
Please give me some.
You can take
Give me some because this is ridiculous. I'm like super pale from like October to June.
Well, this is the perfect time to get your tan on, get your summer. This summer's been crazy. First of all, it's been raining all the fucking time.
What summer?
Right. I can't tell you when the last time we had a summer where it's just strictly fun vibe. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie.
Like probably like 2015, 2016. Right. That was like the last good summer that everyone had.
Wait. I just want to say something, right? We are losing our receipts out here. I know this is random, but I gotta say this, right?
Losing what?
This is the second year in a row that I haven't heard "Summertime" by Will Smith. Like, have you heard it anywhere?
No. Usually you hear it on the radio.
That's the first fucking song they play this summer. I haven't heard "Summer, Summer, Summertime." I haven't heard that. I haven't heard people. I haven't seen it on cookouts. No. I haven't heard it on the radio because Hot 97, 105. They be playing that all the time. Ever since he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, we haven't heard that song.
And I feel like that was like people definitely dragged him when they should have been dragging Jada. Because I don't know. I'm always gonna love Will Smith, and I feel like he was such like a respectable member in the industry, and then like everything started happening with Jada, and everything just went downhill.
You seen what happened? Fair. She gave him that look like, yeah, take care of that.
Yeah, well, did you take care of your entanglement? No, you didn't. So I
on
don't
the
know
biggest
why.
night of his night, we don't even talk about how he made history on that night. We talk about the slap more than we talk about what he did to get to the point of having that historic night. We don't even speak about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see how you have to be careful who you choose to be your life partner because she basically like ruined his career.
Tell me about it.
She ruined his career. Like when you think of Will Smith, you think of the Will Smith, and now it's like, oh, remember he like slapped Chris Rock, and his
it's like a run on.
His wife cheated on him with someone who's like gay now or something. Like.
Oh, he's talking about August. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like nothing is circled around his accomplishments anymore because of the person he chose to be with.
And She's about to write a memoir coming up,
Who?
Jada,
For what?
about her whole life story. About
It's just gonna be about
mind you,
Tupac.
she already wrote a book 2 years ago. Now she's writing a memoir to talk about things that she's never spoken about before. So
Oh
don't be
my
surprised if you see
God.
more things coming out about that family over there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Will Smith.
Poor Will Smith.
Shout out to Jaden. I fuck with Just Water. You feel me? I fuck with Willow. She cool. She alright. You know what I mean?
She's a good singer.
I want to piggyback on what you said though. Choosing the right life partner is key. You know what I mean? So, me personally, I just want to thank God for getting me out of situations that I've been in. You know what I'm saying? Because your boy dodged a couple bullets in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But I would say this. Sometimes the people that you date aren't bad people, but two dynamics could be bad for the both of you guys. Because I've seen people that I've broken up with, or broken up with me, or whatever you want to say it, have had better lives without me, and vice versa. My life has been much better without those people in my life. So I would say like sometimes people find other people to fit their story, to fit their imagination, I would say, or expectations of what love should be. So even if you guys had a super toxic relationship, that doesn't stop you from finding love from somewhere else. That doesn't stop them from finding love from somewhere else. So I would say that if you got out of a situation unscathed as it could possibly be, because you never get out of a situation where it's toxic like perfectly fine. Like you always get left with something emotionally or physically.
What, like scarred for life and super traumatized and fragile and jaded? Yeah.
Right. So I would say choosing a life partner is very key, because I've seen people get stuck with partners just because they have a kid with them, and it's not.
Be careful who you have kids with.
Facts. And even no matter how many times they try to find love somewhere else, they have a bind to someone that's toxic, that's always trying to keep them where they at. So, no matter how happy you be, there's always going to be your partner that you don't choose the right way, trying to bring you down, stop you from your happiness. My baby daddy ain't shit, my baby mama ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. And then that becomes too much for the person that they're with. Like, oh, I don't need to deal with them. So now your life partner could just probably walked away because of a situation you made, maybe off a wedlock, one night stand, or you thought that person was the right one. So you got to just be careful. And I would say for anybody out there, just to learn when to walk away.
Learning when to walk away.
Right. I had to learn how to walk away recently from a situation where I felt like I was losing my sanity more than it was helping me. Even though things were amicable, certain things were still triggering. Certain things that were said and done were still triggering. Even though like you're not with the person no more. It's never the same when you try to be friends or work things out, because you always are going to have an attachment to somebody, no matter if they don't feel the same way. Somebody always is going to have an attachment. So I was doing a lot of things positive for my life, but sometimes when you engage with that person, it could just be one thing they say or one thing they do, and all of a sudden it could set your day back. It could set your energy back. Now you are getting the consequences of what somebody just did for me. Is that healthy to you? No. Is that healthy to me? No. So sometimes you got to walk away to get to the next chapter of your life so you can grow and be who you need to be, because sometimes the people in your past can always drag you down when you're trying to get to another level. And sometimes dragging you down doesn't mean physically doing it or intentionally doing it. It can mean your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul is tying yourself to things because you don't want to feel bad about being the bad guy in their story. But as it goes, your life is its own story. So you have to continue to write the chapter that's best for you, no matter if those people can't come along. And that's all I needed to say on that topic.
But that was a lot of information, though. A lot of good, solid information, a lot of things that people need to hear, because like you're saying, like learning to walk away, it becomes like a fight with like your peace and your ego, and then like your self-image, how you feel about yourself. Like, are you really gonna...
I feel cool about what I said. I don't got my drop, so we're gonna... Can we get a clap in this motherfucker?
You
I feel cool in this bitch, you feel me? But
Let me
yeah, I
see.
just. Oh yeah. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's kind of fly. No, I do like these. Oh, 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 oh. Hot girl
Hmm.
Mel.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. We gotta get this for the gram. You know what I mean?
Right? Do
In
you know who
real.
I am?
Oh, in real time. Hold on. Wait. You gotta do it one more time. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Do you know who I
Uh huh.
am?
I like
Mel
that. I
So
like that.
Fire. No, I like these for
That's
real.
her name for real.
Mel So
Add on
Fire.
Instagram, Mel So Fire. You know what? I'm gonna just have these on for the next segment. I don't give a fuck. So basically, right? We got on. I got on touch with that, right? So I wanted to also say I got some deal breakers, but let me ask you first. What are your deal breakers in a friendship or relationship?
Dun dun dun.
Let's start with friendship first. So let's what is deal breaker for you in a friendship?
I'd like to think of myself as a very understanding person. So it's like before I go into like full bull mode, like because I'm a Taurus, so it's like don't poke the bull, leave us alone. I've learned to like sit and process what's going on, and I think on it. I think on it. I sleep on it. I've been thinking about a situation for more than a year now, like, and I still
Damn.
haven't confronted the person.
Damn.
But yeah, exactly, because
Okay.
you have to be careful with what you say to people and how you say it. You know what I mean? So I'm still thinking about the best way to go about it. But I would say like a deal breaker for me in a friendship has to be like when a disagreement or an argument is turning into like a me versus you thing. And it's like we're not just disagreeing on something or we're arguing about something, we're literally in a fight because your perspective is different from mine and
Right.
you think you're right and I'm wrong.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like you said, learning to walk away, you have to agree to disagree. Even in a relationship, you have to learn to agree to disagree. Be like, okay, that's how you feel, this is how I feel, just leave it from there.
Yep.
But when it comes to a point where like you're going back and forth with like your brother or your homegirl and they're like, oh, but you did this and this is mine and that is yours and blah blah blah, and it's just like, but why do you have to say the extra stuff? Like if you were upset about the situation, okay, we could talk about the situation and see how it could have been handled differently. But when you're throwing shade and saying unnecessary things to try to attack me, then that's when I feel like we're not friends anymore. Because I could be like, okay, I'm trying to make up a situation here. Let's say we're going out, right? Me and my homegirl is going out, and she decides that she wants to leave and go home with somebody, right? But she don't tell me, right? And we get into it the next day, and I'm over here like, oh, you left me to go home with a dude and blah blah blah, why the fuck you did that for? When in reality she just could have been like, yo, like I'm gonna go with him, like are you good or do you want me to bring you home? Versus just like up and leaving. And then, you know, the girl could be like, oh, I could do what I want to do, like I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. Like then like who are you to me? Why do I have to explain myself to you? Like when they say things like that, it's like, but are we not friends though? Like don't you think that you should let me know that you want to leave?
Yeah.
And like, you know, so stuff like that, you know. And the same thing where like in a relationship, your tone of voice and how you speak to me when we're having a disagreement that's like a deal breaker for me. That's when you're going to start to lose me, because it's like, why do you have to speak to me like that? You know? So it's not really what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's like, you'd be surprised when people get angry, like how they really feel about you. You know what I mean? But that's why I told you have to sit with what you want to say to somebody before you respond. You know what I mean? You receive the information, then you respond, but you really have to think about it, because some things you say to people, you cannot take it back.
Nope. And sometimes you might be walking on eggshells forever. And
that's not a situation you want to be with. You want to be in. Like, I remember my last relationship, bro, it used to feel like every day I was scared. Like I was scared to go see my friends. I'd be scared to want to go get something to eat. Like if he was still sleeping, I would be scared to like get up to like go out and get food and come back. I would have to literally wait there for 3 hours and wait
Damn.
for him to wake up because he was gonna flip out.
Damn.
One time I had to leave and go do something for my grandmother, and he was in the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I'll see you later, bye, you know. And then he's calling me, flipping out, like, oh, why the fuck did you leave? I'm like, I told you yesterday that I had to go and do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like walking on eggshells. You're like tiptoeing around the other person's ego,
Ego. That's
know,
always
just
what it
to
come
like
down
protect them. But who's protecting you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody. And it's not really all the time that you could like reach out to friends to help you, because when you're in a toxic relationship, you have to pull yourself out of that, and you have to snap yourself out of that shit, or you're gonna be stuck there forever. Because eventually your family gets tired of talking to you, your friends get tired of trying to save you, you know. So you really, all you have is yourself. You really have to build up the courage and the strength to walk away, like you said before.
Mm-hmm.
So toxic relationships can be family, it can be your significant other, it could be siblings, it could be friendships, like, and you have to really learn when to walk away, bro. And it could escalate, and it could become very ugly, and it could become very scary. So that's my intake, my input.
And I'm happy you got away from that, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
You want to know my deal breakers, Mel?
What's your deal breaker?
First of all,
I feel like it's gonna be very different from mine. Well, because I mean, you're a guy.
Listen, a pretty girl with bad breath, deal breaker. A pretty girl that chews with her mouth open,
That's nasty.
deal breaker. Girls that be deal breaker. Unless it's for something else, you know what I mean? I don't want you making that sound while you're eating. That's a deal breaker.
Did you ever pay attention to how girls eat at dinner with you?
Of course,
I mean,
absolutely.
like their posture. Like, do you like it like when girls put their elbows on the table?
No,
Because you're really not supposed to do that.
No.
You're supposed to eat with like your hands here.
no. 'Cause
No,
then
no.
I think you play football or some shit outside of that, and I'm like, no.
Football is wild. Can you imagine being with a girl who plays football? I'd be scared if I was a guy.
I don't know, cause you want to play fight and all that. It could be a
You
little
play
sexy.
fight so she got your ass in a headlock.
I'm having a sharpshooter. I watch wrestlers. You know, she get hit with the rock bottom. You know, and then the people's elbow. It is what it is. But I just feel like you shouldn't be like, you got to have some home training. Mostly guys do that, but like if a girl do that, it's a big turn off for me.
And yo, a lot of girls don't have that anymore.
Have what?
Home training.
Home training. Hold on, before we get to that, I just want to finish my deal breakers. All right, so boom, messy girls, deal breaker. I'm talking about like leaving clothes all around the place. It's a deal breaker. If I know you do that, you know what I mean.
So I assume you're very clean and tidy.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Well, your family's Caribbean, so.
Listen,
You
my
bring
mom,
up so.
my mom and my dad started me from young. Like I started washing dishes and shit when I was like 6, 7 years old.
Good.
My mom had me in the kitchen. And listen, everything used to be clean. If she saw one little spoon, it's not done. The job's not finished. Like Kobe said, job not finished. My mom would have me coming back in there, washing that spoon, whatever. My mom had a big ass vacuum, and we started vacuuming our rooms. You know what I mean? Like we started from young, so that's always been a thing for me. Cooking, cleaning, just staying organized. You know what I mean? Like I do that. So I feel like if I'm with a partner, she gotta be.
She has to pull her weight.
Yeah, like
she has to pull her weight.
I feel like it's a deal breaker to me when you want to have a soft life, whatever this shit called, a soft girl lifestyle, whatever. Being soft doesn't mean like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a pretty girl, I got a handsome guy, he got money, whatever. I don't gotta do nothing no more. I got him. Now all of a sudden, I'm going on these dates, getting flued out, and I'm getting everything I want. He bought me this gift, that bag, this clothes, these shoes.
That is a material girl.
But hold on, this is what we're painting though. The soft girl lifestyle where once you get the guy, once the guy gets you and he is doing all these things to keep you, depends on the tax bracket. Some guys don't give a fuck. They will continuously do it because you are doing the simple things for him. Most of those guys though that are looking for the soft girl lifestyle, they want a trophy wife. They want a trophy girl with it.
Oh, look what I have.
Right, like show off, you fuck her, wherever, you fuck her on the balcony, you fuck her in the house, whatever. And then it's like
people are doing that?
Yeah. But but you know, it's like, okay, that's my reward. And then it's like, okay, it's cool for a year. It's cool for 2 years. But then you're like, damn, this bitch can't clean. I'm like, she can't cook.
You realize how empty some women are after you're with them a
You
certain
chilling with her
period of
like
time.
this, having a conversation, you're high as hell. This bitch boring. She don't got a conversation. So like, now, then it's like at that point, you might have had a kid with her. You might have, you know what I mean, like gotten a situation where it's a little sticky, and
Mhm.
now the soccer lifestyle.
So how long do you think you have to be with someone before you fully know them?
A year, personal experience, I would say a year,
Yeah, sounds about right.
because I've been through a situation where it was a honeymoon phase, everything was right for good 6 8
Mhm.
months, and then I saw a completely different person. It was a complete 180. 180. I didn't know who that girl was. I had to take the shades off. It's that real. You
Did
feel
you
me?
panic? Because you're like, oh my God, what did I do?
Did I panic?
Hmm.
I don't think I panicked, but I would say I definitely got worried because
For yourself?
because you start to like with me. Once I'm all in with you, I'm all in with you. So I'm not going like to be nonchalant. I ain't
Hmm.
going to be like, oh yeah, I put this off for tomorrow.
Hmm.
Like my moves that I make is no longer for me. If I'm with you, I make those
For
moves.
us.
Yeah, for us. So like
Yeah.
my future and your future is tied in together at that point. So I started getting worried because I'm like, damn, like this girl don't got it all the way up there yet. She not serious about us. She not serious about her life. You know, you start thinking about stuff like that. Now it's like,
Hmm.
damn, like, I can't have a kid with this girl. Then you
Hmm.
got to ask the questions though. That's what it is. You got to ask. Sometimes you could be chilling with somebody for a long time and then you don't ask the question that need to be asked. What I mean by that
Yeah,
is
those
like
are important.
you got to ask people about their family, like what they thoughts about family,
Hmm.
what they thoughts about having a baby
Hmm.
or babies,
Hmm.
how you supposed to raise that kid, what type of money realistically you're gonna save and have, especially if you're talking to a woman about that. You know,
Hmm.
because 9 times out of 10, right, the guy's the breadwinner, right, or in a sense where y'all both are equally
Hmm.
partners, right. So you gotta ask them what would be their role, and I'll tell you all you need to know. Okay, cool. So when I started asking them questions, like, oh yeah, I would like to have a kid with you. Okay, are you ready to have sleepless nights? Oh, I don't think I'm ready.
Hmm.
Are you ready to sacrifice going to the club all the time, going to brunches, hanging out with your friends?
Hmm.
Um, I kid you not. She literally said, you know what, on second thought, I'm not ready to have babies. So,
At least
but,
she was honest.
right, but look, if I didn't ask these questions, then what? Then I would have had a kid with her. We would have broke up. Now I'm a single daddy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she back to the life that she lives. Now,
I don't think a lot of girls know when it's time to stop doing that.
but whose fault is that though?
That lifestyle. Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
Theirs?
It has to be.
I don't know. I just got tired.
What made you stop?
Honestly, I was tired. I was
Okay.
tired. I
So
started like working with kids, and I just like Friday nights, bed 10 o'clock. Like,
okay,
it's
but
too
this is what I'm
much.
saying, right? So you took that notion for yourself to stop, right?
Mm.
So it has to be their fault. Because if you're
But
self-aware,
they not tired. Y'all not tired.
listen, I'll say this, right? It gets tiring when you're trying to be in the club all day, shaking your ass, looking for the a lot of all right, I'm about to get into my bag.
You putting your sunglasses back
I gotta
on?
put it back on.
I don't know. I used to want to go out to
Listen, a
dance.
lot of these girls
I'd
want
be
to get
tired.
chose. That's why they go to these fucking brunches,
Oh,
dressing
pick me, pick
with
me.
they fucking dress outright. Listen, you could get chose. I mean, I'll choose you, but probably for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean?
Sometimes they be here for a good time, not a long time. So
But
pick the right one.
sometimes they don't know that they that. All right, I'm back now. I got to get to my bag. Okay, so listen, Mel. Right, respectfully, right, respectfully. Some girls gotta know their role. Sometimes you feel me? Like
Mm.
like if you're listen, everybody's self aware. If you're going out to these to these parties, to these spots, you got to know what type of girl you are. You feel me? If you're trying to get chose, then
Yeah,
be
but
that girl
that's
to
like
get
a
chose.
horrible place to be chose.
No,
No?
no, I'm saying these girls want to get chose, like because when you go to clubs, right? When you go to clubs, when you go to these brunches and whatever, that's where the ballers be at, right? They looking for the ballers. They're trying to get chose. That's why they wearing the outfits. That's why some of them, because I know some girls gonna be watching like, no, that's not true. I wear my outfits because I want to dress nice with my
Yeah,
girls and
I
have
want to
fun and
look
shake my ass
good.
and brunch. I get that, respect that. Shout out to y'all.
I
No
think I have
offense.
yet to go to a brunch.
You never went to a brunch, but brunches are cool though. I've been to a couple. But look, you go there, you wear your nice outfits. It's like the NBA draft for the ladies going to the brunches and the clubs. Like you wear your best outfits, you shake your ass like you got nowhere to go, and a nigga be like, "Oh yeah, I like her. She my she my trophy for the night, and she about to be in the playoffs. I'm about to put her on my roster." You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta figure out: are you going to be the star, the all star, the role player, or you just riding the bench? That's the guy's choice. You know what I mean? Like, oh okay, yeah, she cool. Put her over there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can't relate because like I don't have that mentality, you know.
But you're different though. You are self aware. You know what you want. You know what you know.
Yeah, a lot of people are not self-aware nowadays. They're
I
very
know.
entitled.
So listen,
Pick
I
me,
got
choose me because you should do this for me. Everything is me, 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 me.
listen, I got I'm retired though. My jersey and the Raptors, you feel me? But when I was on my playing days, you feel me? You go through your phone, you be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm off today. Let me hit up this girl, you know. She used to do this. All right, I think I want that done this week, blah blah blah. You hit her up, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the players on your team. Cool. Every guy at one point has or had a girl on a roster that do specific things, and they want that done for a specific week that they have free time.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So sometimes we go into these establishments trying to build that roster. These girls don't give a fuck. Some of these girls don't give a fuck because they want to be a part of that roster because we provide what they need. Some girls want to be smoked out and have fun. Some girls want to be flued out and have fun. Some girls want to go to brunches and have fun. Some girls want to go to clubs and have fun. And there's a specific guy that do each things. He might have a Hellcat. He might have a condo. He might have a lot of money to provide you these things. And you're like, okay, I accept this role. Take me in. You know why? I've been in Atlanta for a year. I've seen all this shit happen.
Oh, that yeah.
I've been in Atlanta for a year. I've
Yeah.
seen all this shit happen. I've seen girls personally be cool with and say this out loud, like, "Oh yeah, he got a Hellcat." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck this nigga, so blah blah blah. And then they cool with that. They don't give a fuck if the nigga don't pay no mind, no attention. And I've seen girls who catch feelings, um, once they got smoked out and had a great time or whatever, and then they hitting up the nigga don't hit them up for 5 months. And then they be like, "Oh fuck that nigga, I don't want to deal with that nigga no more." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then the nigga 5 months later, "You free tonight?" She back on climbing Mount Everest.
That is very unhealthy.
But this is what I'm saying. Like this is where self worth and self awareness come in. Some people think that's all they worth because they've been having sex for such a long time. Like
That's like what their whole life revolves around.
yeah, you don't see, and I think that's the thing where you hypersexualize, right? When you
Hmm.
hypersexualize, that comes from trauma, that comes from PTSD, that comes from your environment, that comes from people that help raise you, lack of mentorship,
Hmm.
and just a lack of direction in your life. You feel me? You become hypersexualized to things where your your levels are more up, you're more
Hmm.
hornier and stuff like that. And people use things to cope. And
Hmm.
having sex is, a top one, smoking or finding crutches, right? So your self esteem is low.
Hmm.
And you find people who give you a good time, they give you a good feeling,
It's like a
but they're not
small
good people.
high. It's like a quick high, like a quick
Yeah,
fix for
like,
them.
and I met people like that. I would say if I didn't do therapy, I did therapy for a year, so I understood myself a little bit more.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I used to have, when I was single, I used to have coping mechanisms. Like, okay, whenever I was stressed, I'm like, oh, I got a friend. I had a friend that was friend benefits. Like that was both of our ways to cope.
Hmm.
Or I would smoke, or I would drink a lot, and then
Hmm.
boom, that's it. Or I would eat cookies a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it just ways you cope.
Hmm.
And I feel like when you start off with having sex a lot from a young age, and having many bodies, I would say it kind of disturbs your reality
Hmm.
of what love should be to you,
And what's
and
normal,
what you think, right, and
what's
what you think
appropriate.
your self-worth is, I would
Mhm.
say. Because, for some people, right, and I don't know if it's a study or not, if it's a real thing, but I've met people, right, personally, that have less than 10 bodies,
Mhm.
and some that maybe got like 15, 20 and up,
Mhm.
that look at love and sex very differently.
Mhm.
Like the people that had like 10 less, they see love as the like end goal. They
Mhm.
see sex as an end goal.
Mhm.
They're not, but they had the same attractions to other guys, girls, or whatever. But they're not gonna jump on it. They're
Mhm.
like, okay, I need you to work for this.
Mhm.
My parents, my family, my tribe, they raised me better than this. Not saying people who have sex a lot are not better than
Mhm.
are better than, you know what I mean? Like not
Mhm.
less than the people that don't. But what I'm saying is that they have more discipline, I would
Yeah.
say, to not just jump on it because of of them being overwhelmingly stressed.
Mhm.
I would see them go to their tribe and talk about it, talk about what's going on with them first, or find healthier ways, like going to the gym, working out, and then be like, okay, I'm cool, I'm ready to tackle the week, right? Then this is real. This is real like experiences. Like I was
Mhm.
really studying this, right? Even myself. I'm gonna get to me in a minute, but then I talked to another friend. I'm like, okay, how do you cope when you are stressed? She said, oh, I normally smoke or I have
Mhm.
sex. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. But this is the norm though. Some guy like some always like that too. Like, oh, I'll hit up shorty, blah blah blah. Or I'll be like, oh yo, bro, I'll just smoke my game and play 2K.
Mm.
This is a norm. Like I'm talking about like the
Mhm.
15 and up.
But that's like healthy, right? To like play video games if you're
Yeah.
stressed out.
No,
That's pretty
but I'm
normal.
saying he also said like he would hit up a girl first, yada yada.
Mhm.
But we talking about sex, like the mind is
Mhm.
immediately going to yo, I should go have sex to cope.
Mhm.
So you're dipping into different energies because of what your body is telling your mind,
Mhm.
or what your mind is telling your body, I would
A
say.
lot of people don't realize they're battling a sex addiction.
And then you dip in different, like when I say you dip in different energies, now you might be in a deeper warm up because I believe in all that toxicness coming to your body when you deal with a
Mhm.
certain partner. They
Yeah,
bring
it's a
different,
spiritual energy that's staying connected to you. You're
right, and
transferring them. You have to be careful who you sleep with.
right. So I would say I don't even know how the fuck I got into this. I was talking about my deal breakers, but I would say that is something. Excuse me. Ooh, that is something that you gotta take seriously. The soft girl lifestyle and just like this whole way, the way of dating
Mhm.
is all fucked up. It's all misconstrued. It's all
Mhm.
just some pigmentation of social media and all
Yeah.
this stuff.
The way
Because
that you just described the soft girl lifestyle is not what I had in mind for the soft girl lifestyle at all. You just gave me
well,
something
I'm
completely
talking about from a
different.
social media standpoint, right?
Ah, okay.
But I do believe, in my opinion, that since I'm a guy, like when I hear a woman say soft girl lifestyle, and this is like the type of upbringing I have and like how I am, I'll be like, yeah, I want to spoil my girl. I want to buy her flowers. I want to do nice things for her. I want to give her cards,
Mhm.
and surprise her with Starbucks. Maybe she likes like thoughtful stuff. Like, okay, she likes Starbucks. I put $100 on a Starbucks card, something like that. Fly out, like, okay, we want to go to Jamaica. We want to go to Jamaica. Boom, I got you. I make some plans. Oh, you want me to rent out the movie theater? Because I know how to do that. I got you. You want to see this project?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Example: the Barbie movie just came out, right? I would have rented out that shit, put some little Barbie dolls and some of the chairs. You know what I mean?
That's
Get my little
cute.
camera on, pink on, and then we would have had a good time. You feel me? Like, and then like just stuff like that. Because when you talk her lifestyle, for me, it's like you want to give a woman a lot of memories, not
Mhm.
something like where you kind of hush her up with material things.
Mhm.
Because then that doesn't really solve anything
Mhm.
in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's like uh something that's like it gives you a good feeling, but then you might not see your phone, for example, right? Not even say phone. Like let's pretend it's a bag. Okay, I got you a telephone bag. You
Mhm.
wear it for like a good year or so.
Mhm.
Now it's in the closet collecting dust. And
Mhm.
then maybe 3 years ago, you don't remember that I did that for you because so
Mhm.
many things have transpired in that time frame where you're like, okay, okay. They oh, remember I bought you that bag? But oh yeah, you did. Instead of it just being something that you instantly could connect with. somebody would remember more about you surprising them for a proposal better than you getting them back. Because that's special to them. That's dear to them.
Hmm.
So that's all I gotta say. I'm done talking my shit.
No, I never realized how, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. Like, I never realized like what it felt like to like really be spoiled and taken care of until like recently, because like bags
Hmm.
have became like a norm for me, and I never really cared about having a bag, you know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
needed something to like hold my stuff in so I could go to work. And
Hmm.
then my boyfriend started buying me bags, and it's like that became his thing of like what he likes to do for me, like when the Telfie. Yeah, I have two Telfies. I got the Telfie wallet, and then
Hmm.
he just got me the for my birthday. He got me the tote bag, the Marc Jacobs tote bag, and I was just like every time he gets me a bag, I'd be so shocked that he did that, because it's like I have one already, and he's like, oh, but you can use this one for like springtime, and like use that one for fall,
Yeah.
and I'm like. Being a girl, like you would think that like, oh, you need a bag for every occasion, but I just thought like, oh, I just need a bag to like put my stuff in or whatever. But he really put a lot of thought behind
Yeah.
it, like, oh, you could use this one to go to work, or when you have to like go on a trip or something, take this one, and now you got this one for this season, and that one for that season. And he got me the wallet so I could have it all the time because it's a neutral color. I'm like, who taught you to be that way?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But just to add on to what you're saying, us guys, we love doing shit like that because it makes us feel good. And when you are happy, it makes us happy. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, you know what I mean? Like, we doing shit. Oh, we getting y'all stuff that's out of stock right away. Like, we feel like we the man. Like,
yeah, it's
so
hard. I don't know how he does that, but I don't. I've never been the type of girlfriend to be like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can I have this? Can I have that? But like, if I
yeah.
see something, if he's like, if my birthday's coming up and he doesn't know what to get me,
Mhm.
then like I'll show him stuff like you can get this or you can get this. And then like I wanted an anklet, you know what I mean? I wanted a gold anklet for my birthday.
Mhm.
He got me an anklet, a bracelet, and a chain. And I'm like, no, like, thank you. But like,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, like, I was grateful. I was like screaming when he got it for me. But
Mhm.
at the same time, it's like the look on his face when he saw the look on my face was like priceless. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I could actually see exactly what you said. Like when you guys do that stuff for us, like you
Mhm.
guys feel like the man, I could see it in his face how happy he was that I was happy. Because he had told me, he was like, what I'm about to get you, you're not even gonna need no more jewelry. And I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Baller.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like that's just what it is. Like it just makes us feel good. It makes us feel great. And listen, fellas out there, you really love somebody, spoil them. Make sure they feel like the most important woman in the world. Obviously besides your mother, right? But you got to make them feel special at all times. No matter if you're going through any disagreements, any issues, you got to make sure that no matter what, at the end of the day, don't let your shorty go to bed mad. Just make sure that y'all on good terms, even if it's bad terms. That's all I gotta
Right.
say.
And what comes with spoiling, like the gifts are nice. Don't think that we don't like that. But you also got to know your shorty. Don't be spoiling like a random girl that you just met. I'm talking to the men and the women who are in long term relationships. Like the gifts are nice and we love the gifts, but also make sure your shorty is heard. You know what I mean? Make sure you listen to her, you're patient with her, especially if you know like her past and you know that she's damaged. And I'm not saying like
I
damaged
wouldn't
goods or
say damage,
whatever,
but
but
just
like
someone that went through some stuff that's
yeah, like a little
healing.
jaded. Yeah, like
That's
a
healing.
little
Yeah.
jaded. That's like still working through her things that you're kind of growing with because you guys are adults now. She went through things when she was younger. Just try to remember to keep a safe space for her, and listen to her when she talks. Be patient with her. Be gentle with her, because the gifts sometimes the gifts can't be everything. It's nice and we do remember it and we do appreciate it. For those of you who are in like healthy and long-term relationships and you are old enough to understand, like she's gonna appreciate more that you're physically there for her. You know what I mean? Because what's the bag gonna do? Hug her when she's crying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you could be everything to a woman financially, but you're still nothing to her if you're not there for her emotionally, mentally, physically, So
That's deep. That's deep.
yeah. So, because we're gonna hold $100 bill and cry, Like you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
oh my god, I'm so sad. Like no.
Hold
At
on.
at the end of the day, we need that
Wait,
physical, emotional connection.
but you would rather cry in a Wraith than a Honda.
I love Hondas. Okay, I had like two, and my family has always had a Honda, but I haven't cried in my Lexus. So I,
But
I
you would
cried in
rather.
my Honda more.
Okay, okay, we got a different one here. We got a different one. So you rather cry in a Honda? Okay.
I don't want to cry at all. Jamal.
You know what we call this?
A dad hat?
We call this cap.
Oh.
Oh no, my hat fell. But continue. Go ahead.
That's a nice hat. Shouldn't put things on the floor. I know. I want a hat
My
like
little
that.
Playboy hat. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I'm gonna get one.
But like what Big Pun said, I don't want to be a player no more. But it's my Playboy hat. You know what I'm saying? Because I just gotta let people know, like, yo, it's your boy Jay Legend, it's your boy Jamal, aka the Legend from Brooklyn, and I just want you to know that when I'm out here, you see me, you feel me, and this is the energy I bring. Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Do you know
And that's
who
why I
he
got the
is?
hat though, because
No.
I'm a Playboy. I'm one of the greatest of all time. Why did I get to the segue? I don't know, but let's get off this real quick.
He's giving ADHD the way that our conversations are going. Like,
all right, so you saw the Barbie movie.
I didn't.
You didn't
I'm
see
very upset. I'm very upset. I was supposed to
So
see.
where you went then? You
like
dressed all nice and the other.
I didn't go. My
Damn.
my homegirl and I, like, we were trying to get the tickets.
Damn.
Everybody got the tickets in advance because duh, Melissa, the world does not revolve around you. Of course,
Oh, you're trying to get them at the theater?
yeah, no, I tried to get them online yesterday.
Why you didn't hit me up? I told you I got the plug. No, we're not. I told you. I said what I told you last week. I said, yo, if you
Yeah.
ever need anything, movies.
Yeah, I did. But you see, this goes back to me being who I am. I'm not just gonna be like every time I need something, Jamal, can I have this? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Just because off the strength that we're friends, you know what I mean? And I knew that I was gonna be with you today too, but I'm not just gonna be asking you for shit all the time. But
Listen,
anyways,
if you my friend, hit me up.
I know. Sorry.
Call me
Next time.
I ain't far to reach.
I'm gonna ask her when she wants to go. But I was waiting for her to come, and in the process, I realized that we can't get tickets. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to the Malibu Cafe. Because remember, I told you yesterday, I was like, it's a girls' day. I'm gonna do a bunch of girls thing. Fucking cafe was full. Couldn't go. So I'm like, all right, so we're just gonna do brunch. Never did brunch before. I just told you I never did brunch before. We get in the car to go, and her homegirl calls her because she needs to go to the hospital. So I went back home, and she brought her friend to the hospital.
Damn.
So I went and bought a suitcase because I'm going to Trinidad next week. And
how long?
I did nothing. Like 2 weeks. I'm going for.
Wait.
I was mad.
You go to Trini. I need a roti.
You could literally go to Liberty Avenue.
Where's that at? In Queens?
Queens.
How far is that in Queens?
Literally like Richmond Hill. It's all roti shops.
Are they valid though? I don't want to trash roti.
Go to Trini Delight. Go to Trini Delight or Trin City.
Next pod, you gotta bring me a roti. Like, that's gonna be our trade off.
Because I'm Trini, right?
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, like the best roti I had came like it was from my boy, Terrence, rest in peace. But like his father and him, he used to work at the Trini's a roti shop right there on Church Avenue. It's still there, by the way, like Church Avenue, 37th Street. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's called a roti shop. Like it's called a roti shop. So they had, to this day, they had the best roti I ever had. But they made it though, so I never had from that shop. I never had roti from nobody else. But
you need my grandma's roti, respectfully. She clapped roti the best.
She's in Queens.
She's in Brooklyn.
She's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, every time I go to Brooklyn, I'm with my grandma.
Look at my schedule real quick. When you leaving?
To go to Trinidad?
Yeah,
on the 30th, on Sunday.
Oh Lord. I'll come back next weekend. So, all right. So Brooklyn on a Friday. Pulling up.
I have to make sure she's making it first.
I'm gonna be on my Keith Lee shit. I'm gonna give it a review. From 1 to 10.
It's nice and flaky.
From 1 to 10, I'm gonna do the unboxing and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So
I gotta put you on, since I gotta take you to some roti shops. We give you some doubles.
yeah, because listen, I'm Jamaican, right? But we don't make roti the best. I ain't gonna lie. We don't make it the best. Because I had the. I gave you that face.
No, like I can't believe you said that.
I'm being honest. Like I've had plenty of roti. Like there was a curry goat roti, right? It had nothing but fucking bones in it. Shit. I couldn't even enjoy it. I'm dead ass. Like, and I've tried it from
Really?
3 different shops.
Nah, for curry goat, y'all got it. Like I had curry goat in Jamaica last summer,
It's about the roti though, not
and
the
no,
actual.
I'm talking about curry goat
Oh yeah,
right
yeah,
now. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
will like compared to Trini curry goat and Guyanese goat curry. I gotta say, like y'all got it. Y'all got it. I ate it twice.
It tastes better in the islands compared
Yeah,
to the
that's what I'm
states.
saying. I had it
Yeah.
in Jamaica last year.
Did you see the goat actually get unalive?
No,
Oh.
I don't want to see that. That's gonna make me want to be a fucking vegetarian. Like I don't want to see
So you
animals
never
being
had
killed.
you never had the full experience of the before and after. You just had it. Like, you just
Hmm.
went there.
It was good.
Okay.
I had it for lunch on the beach.
I had that's nice. I had to
Hmm.
learn, like I saw that in real time when I was a kid, like a goat get unalive and stuff. Like they had it upside down. Yeah.
And then you
But
ate it.
that was the best goat
You
you
didn't
had.
feel like a monster?
No, that goat, that shit was fire. Recipes to the goat though.
Yo, that was bad long ago.
But some things you still remember. You know what I mean? And I had plenty of curry goat when I was in the islands.
Like you
But
ever heard like the saying like running around like a chicken without a head? My grandma said that in Trinidad they really be like when they would unalive the chicken, it would still be like running around.
for like a couple minutes, yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think I would want to see that.
Because your mind is the last thing to go when you know when you go. So
Your mind is the last thing to go before you go.
right, yeah, like your heart stops working, but you still can see things and visualize it. Like when some people die, like even though your heart stops
Hmm.
for about 15, 20 seconds, your brain is still working. So you can still process things, and then that's it.
Are you scared to die?
I would more so say that I'm afraid to fail before I die.
You're afraid to what?
Fail before I
Oh,
die. Like I don't want to leave this earth untimely before I get to do a lot of things that I set out
hmm.
to do
You ever feel like you're running out of time?
all the time. Especially now with the pandemic where everything just kind of slow things down and all that stuff.
I had a conversation with my boyfriend's uncle when we went to Florida, and he was telling me how him and his shorty didn't get married until I think they were in their 30s. And they weren't like, I think their idea of like being successful didn't happen until like after they had like their first kid. And I was looking at him and I was like, you didn't feel like you were running out of time? And he was like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He was like, you are where you're supposed to be. He was like, don't feel like you're running out of time because everything in your life is going to map out the way that you want it to. You just have to stay focused. And you've never really, I don't think I've ever seen you not be focused. So I don't worry about you at all. Some of my friends I'm highly concerned for, but you're not one of them.
I lost my way a couple of times, but the thing with me, I always came back. You
You're very
know,
headstrong.
yeah. No matter like I've been through a lot of shit, but like sometimes I don't. When people look at me, they don't think it
Hmm.
because I don't. I used to broadcast things a lot when I was younger,
Hmm.
speak from my mind and stuff like that. But now, like you run a business and you know, stop oversharing a lot, you kind of realize like, because when you overshare, you build trauma bonds with people
Hmm.
that don't really fit your lifestyle.
Hmm.
So when you realize like at the end of the day, no matter who you share it to, what you share, you got to put the work in to have a better life. You got to keep moving forward. Like that's my mentality. You got to keep moving forward because the shit don't stop. Like
Hmm.
we going gone, people will move on. They might
Hmm.
grieve, but they still gonna move on. So at the end of the day, while we still here, you gotta make every day count. You gotta make sure that you are building good habits. So I
Hmm.
tell myself that every day when I go through stuff.
Building good habits, make every day count. I hate wasting a day. Like the other day for the first time, because remember, I'm on summer break. For the first time, I had absolutely nothing to do.
I wouldn't call
And
that a waste though.
and when my boyfriend came home from work, he's looking at me. He's like, what happened to you? I said, I did nothing today. I did absolutely nothing today. And he was like, okay, but did that not feel good? And, usually like husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriends live together. Oh, you was home all day. You didn't do nothing. Why you didn't do nothing? Blah, blah. He was just like, but didn't it feel good to not have to do something? And I'm like, no, I have anxiety. Like it felt like I should have been doing something, but everything was already done. We had food. The house was clean. Like we didn't have enough laundry to do laundry, so I felt like I had to wait until like I had more of his work clothes to like do it. So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I just like binge watched a show all day and then I cried when it was over. I'm like, what
But
now?
that's the thing. Like sometimes we get into our heads a little bit with that. But what I learned is that rest days are important because it stops the like because when you think you gotta do all this stuff, you're building tension and all these fucking stress knots in your body, whatever. You gotta just chill out sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's important for you to not think about the world too much because I don't want to think about work when I'm off. I don't want to think about all the other stuff. Like I'm gonna chill, watch my shows, watch basketball, play games, whatever. Cool out. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because I was like that sometimes. Like when I'm home not doing nothing, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go to the gym. Oh shit, I gotta go hit up this person and see if they're trying to do this photo shoot. I gotta hit this person and see if they want to hang out, yada yada. And some things sometimes you're like, okay, I just put that off to another day. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's not
Hmm.
like it's not gonna make or break you. You know what I mean? So it's always important to rest and just chill out. But I'm not. It
It
you
feels
got
weird.
you have to first of all write things down that gives you anxiety, what triggers you, and then you write on the other side of your paper what you can do to overcome these triggers,
Hmm.
and then you study that daily
Hmm.
and you work on it. It might take months, weeks, days, years, but you got to recognize what your triggers are first, and before, to overcome
Hmm.
that because when I had when I was doing my anxiety like
Hmm.
really heavy in 2019, 2020, like it was bad. So what helped me was to write down my triggers and all that stuff, and then I was working on it daily after day after day, and then I had people in my corner that was helping me out. So like I was having panic attacks like a motherfucker. Like, it was bad.
Panic attacks are painful.
It makes you feel like you're having a heart attack, and
Hmm.
I was having them bad, and then I worked on it. It took me about 2 years.
Did you ever take medicine?
No,
So
I
you did that shit cold turkey,
hmm
basically.
they asked me to, but no, I overcame it myself.
Mind over matter.
That's what my dad always said.
Mind over
So
matter.
I felt like, and they made a study about that. They admitted that the pills actually fuck with your brain.
Hmm. I
So
tried it. Like I tried to be on medicine before, but I started noticing that at certain points in the day, like they were saying, like I had to take it like 3 times a day, and around like afternoon, 12 o'clock, I
mhm.
would be ready to fight the fucking world. Like I was so angry and aggravated and pissed off at everyone. My attitude was so nasty. I'm like, I don't want to take this shit. I feel like it's making me worse.
It's the side effects. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, how is this supposed to help me with what I'm going through? And it's making me what not. Mm.
The pills changes your brain, and you don't. They don't fully know what changes that is because everybody's different. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not taking no chance on that. Like no. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know what makes me happy: going to the gym, working out, hanging out with my peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Taking photos, traveling. Like I found healthy ways to deal with it. You know what I mean? And I knew who was triggering
Mm-hmm.
me. Like I had
I
to stay
feel
away from
like
that.
I feel like your art and your like career path, I feel like that is a healthy coping mechanism for you. I feel like it brings you a lot of peace until your eyes are like hurting you from being on the computer for
What
so long. But I feel like you
and
enjoy doing that. You know
I
what I
enjoy
mean?
making art. I
Hmm.
just don't enjoy the business side of it because it's stressful. Dealing with people and them try to shortchange you or
Hmm.
not pay you or overwork
That's
you
why
or
you have to know
underpay
your
you.
worth.
Right. But even if you know your work, there's plenty of people, right, that I personally know as well that do big shoots, big magazine shoots, shoot
Hmm.
celebrities and stuff. And I know some of them. I know personally some of them didn't get paid till 6, 8 months later
Hmm.
because they have a thing called net 30. So like, it's a like art type of contract thing. But some people don't get paid 6 8 months, and it's a big payday that they don't have straight to their account. So and the artists are posting their work and all that stuff and not getting paid. It's
Mm-mm.
even models too when they go to these agencies and they do these fashion shows and be featured on these TV shows. They don't get
Mm-hmm.
paid right away. Sometimes they get paid months later.
Nah, I will never. I don't think I will ever do that again. Remember when I was with that agency? I'm not gonna say it
Yeah,
for
can't say the name.
legal purposes,
Mm-hmm.
but and you were like, yeah, it didn't seem like you. That shit was not me. It
Yeah.
was not me. And then I started feeling a type of way because I found out that whoever it was that was running it, like behind the scenes, were collecting deposits for the girls when we would go to like the music video. I'm like, why the fuck I'm not getting the deposit? You're not driving me here. You're not doing my hair. You're not doing my makeup. I'm here to work and you're taking the deposit. Are you fucking kidding me? That deposit could have been my gas money to drive me here. You know what I mean? The time compensated for my hair and makeup. You know what I mean? The products that I use, like that, it was too much. It was really, really, it was too much for too little. Like you were saying before, what would you say? Like short paying you,
Yeah, shortchanging you,
short
and
changing you. Yeah,
the
it's
thing is,
not.
like when you get into these things, like especially corporate stuff, like you don't have too much control of your art anymore. So
Mm-mm. You belong to somebody.
right, so you're adjusting yourself to pay your dues to one day have the money and the funds and the platform to
Mm-hmm.
create your own way of moving through things and handling your own
Mm-hmm.
business. Because at the end of the day, that's what people are aiming for when they have these
Mm-hmm.
platforms and trying to get their following up. They want to be able to control their work. They want to be able to control their schedule. They want to be able to control how they get paid,
Mm-hmm.
who they work with, and just be set, have a good life. You know what I mean? But you have to go through all these hurdles, no matter what you do. Journalists, especially content creators, they go through a lot of that shit. So you all got to pay your dues somehow. But sometimes that's the overwhelming thing about. I love making art, but sometimes the business could. I've had plenty of instances where I sold my camera, and I said I'm done with photography. Yeah,
Don't ever do that again.
I did it like 3 times, but I'm not doing it no
Don't
more.
do that again.
I'm not doing that. But I probably retired like 4 times, and then I had to start over like 4 times, and I had a platform at the platform. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
So
this time you're starting over with experience.
I don't want to
Yeah, I know.
hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I rather what I had with my
Mm-hmm.
experience, but that's my
Mm-hmm.
lesson that I had
So
to
you're
learn.
not starting all the way over from scratch. You know what I mean? But
Hmm. But like you said, like it's learning curves. You live and you learn, and
I hate starting over. So I understand.
I don't like starting over. But
They say a fresh start is good, but I hate starting over.
it depends what it is, though, because I
What
feel
about
like
moving? How many times have we moved?
I'm not moving no times. First of all, moving is expensive. I paid over $4,000 to bring my shit from Atlanta to New York. Man. That's
Oh
crazy.
no. The last few times I moved, I used cars. I don't care how many trips I had to make. The big
You talking about
one
the U-Haul?
was from New York to North Carolina, and then North Carolina to Jersey. Those were the big moves that I needed like a truck for, you know. But anytime in between, I just used what I could. Like last time I moved everything in garbage bags and put it in my car.
How
I'm
many
dead
garbage
ass.
bags you had?
Huh?
No, when I went to Connecticut, I had like maybe 5 garbage bags and shit.
I had a
And
lot.
my cousin Ryan, shout out to him, like we was driving late at night. Talking about like the bags were so full he couldn't see behind him.
That's not good.
It wasn't, but like we drove 2 hours. Well, no, it was like 3 hours because he lived in the Bronx, so we went from the Bronx to Brooklyn to Connecticut. And I remember this cop, he drove right by us. I'm like, oh, she about to get, because that's a big. He let us rock though. Like he drove past us, but he looked into the car, and then we just continued driving. It was on the highway. And I'm like, oh, shit, we about to get pulled over on the highway. Blah, blah, blah. But nah, like it was dangerous because we couldn't see his blind spots at all. But I packed my whole shit up. Like my whole room was empty. That was in Brooklyn.
It's
It was
crazy how you have to fit your life into bags,
right
right?
getting to the bag too.
Ba-doom-tsh.
But no, like, am I afraid of dying? No, I'm afraid of not trying. Like Jay Z, I'm afraid of not trying. Like I want to leave a legacy for like my niece, my nephew, and things
Mhm.
like that. Just in general, like that's what I work towards for. So if I don't feel like I accomplished at least some of that,
Mhm.
I won't be content. Maybe my life vision will change in like 10 years, but
Mhm.
from
That's right. A lot of people said like I was supposed to like blow up with like the music videos and stuff, but I feel like
why you stop?
once I did the Hold Me music video, I'm like I did it. Like I did what like I was a little girl, like 9, 10 years old, dancing to Sean Paul, music videos in the living room and like
Mhm.
looking at the girls dancing and I'm like I gotta do this one day. Like I felt it like in me. Like when I'm dancing, I could literally I'm so in tune with the music. I feel like that shit is inside of me. You know what I mean? I could feel it. So once I had that connection and I was able to do that and I did it and like my cousin in Trinidad is hitting me up like, "Yo, I'm watching the music video." I'm like, "I did it." And now I'm like I don't want to do it anymore. Like I did it and then I got into the car accident
I remember that.
and I was hurt really, really bad. And then I couldn't really dance, back not bending how it was before.
Are you feeling better now though? Like since the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm all right. In May, I sneezed at
I
work.
remember you told me,
I
then you.
sneezed, bro. I sneezed and I sprained my neck because I had a small procedure on my neck and on my back.
Damn.
So it's like a little. I'm very fragile. So I was like messed up for like a little more than a week, but I was all right. But
I remember you telling me that. I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy.
yeah, like really, Mel, you sneezed.
I didn't
Yeah,
believe it at first, but I'm
yeah.
like,
And then guess
that can
what?
happen.
When I was coming back from Florida, like last week, I was on the plane and I sneezed and I threw my back out. Yeah, yeah. Bad clumsy.
Would you go back into doing videos?
I would. I would, but I would have to be like really getting paid. Like paid. Like to the point where I'm not even doing my own hair and makeup paid. And that's like a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, to like build up to, you know what I
Okay.
mean? And I
Mhm.
just don't have time. I'm going back to school in September to finally finish my teaching degree.
Do they still hit you up for videos? Like, do you still get inquiries about that?
Yeah, maybe like once or twice over the last few years, but it's just like not worth it anymore. It's way too much of a hassle. It's way too much of a hassle and like video vixens and girls that are dancing, music video models, they're not paid enough to do it. And most of the time they're the one that's like making the video. Like I wondered like there was a music video that A Boogie had did called and the song was Take Shots and like the ambiance and how like the music video was set up. It was like it reminded me of like Wild Thoughts with like Rihanna and DJ Khaled and shit. And the girl in that video was so pretty.
Mm.
She was so, so pretty. And she did like maybe the bare minimum. She was just like the it girl for the video. And I'm just like, this video would have been trash if she was not in it. She made the video what it was, even though A Boogie is like this big artist or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, like, I wonder how much they paid her, because I knew models from the agency that I was working with before that was like with Dave East. You know what I mean? And like other big rappers. And I knew how much the girls were getting paid. And then to see them on YouTube with like 1 point something million views, and we got barely a fraction of what the artist is getting paid for that music video. I'm just like, no, that's embarrassing at that point for me. You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me you only got this amount of money for this amount of views for this amount of hours? And you know what I mean? It just doesn't, the math is not mathing.
So if you take the money out of it for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy doing it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest music videos I did, I was not compensated for. I wasn't.
But it
And
was.
I had so much fun.
Right. I think you should do it again.
But like as a hobby.
Yeah, why not? Not a hobby, but like just to
Oh,
build your way back up to it.
but another reason why, when you ask me like if I would do it again, why I won't, is because a girl that I used to be friends with, used to be friends with tried to get me fired
From what?
at my job at the charter school. She tried to
Oh,
get
I
me
remember you
fired
saying something like that. Yeah.
because of the music video.
Oh, like showing
And
it to
the
to the
principal
principal.
and the principal, the school year didn't even start yet. It was the day before the first day of school, and I got pulled into the office for them to ask me about that. And I was like, wow, I really can't do this anymore. And then like a lot of my coworkers and my friends were like, no, like they shouldn't be interfering with your personal life. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I thought about it. I asked one of my homegirls who has daughters, you know, who knows that I was like in the industry. And I was like, would you be mad if you found out your daughter's teacher, you know, was in like soca music videos and stuff? She was like, no, that's mad cool because she's into like teaching like traditional Indian dancing and stuff. So I was like, why can't everybody just be that way and like mind their own business? I'm not doing anything to harm your child or like to harm the kids that I work with.
You
I'm
wasn't
not
even doing
even
nothing
dancing at
crazy.
work.
You wasn't even doing nothing crazy in the
She
video.
told people that I was half naked in a music video. And I'm like, I had on a skirt and a top
Right.
and I barely touched him. Like barely. I held his hand. Like I held his hand one
Even so,
time.
like it's a video. You're doing things as profession. You know what I mean? Just like how you teach, it's a profession. It's not like you was in some tip drill video or some shit like that. Someone was sliding a card down your ass. Like
That
nobody
was
was doing that.
crazy. That was a crazy music video.
I just want to say shout out to Nelly. You know what
I
I mean?
know
You
there
know
was
me.
a lot of controversy behind that.
I reenacted that in real life, so I'm kind of happy that he gave me the vision. So shout out to Nelly. But it wasn't like you was
I
doing
thought
all
it
of
was
that. You know what I'm
funny.
saying? So
I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, do you see what girls are doing right now in music videos?
yeah, I see
Like,
that.
okay, so I saw this girl like on TikTok, right?
Mhm.
Excuse me if we're going off topic, I'll be fast. But I saw this girl doing a TikTok, right?
Mhm.
And she had Aaliyah Try Again playing in the background, and she's literally like doing her dance moves, right?
Mhm.
To a T, like perfect. And I'm thinking about it and I'm like, why isn't anybody doing this anymore? But there's just a bunch of like strippers on stage for the VMAs, for the BET, for MTV Music Awards. Like, what happened to actual dancing? Are you listening to me?
I'm listening. Sorry, I just had the tip drill video.
Is it playing in your head?
Yeah, it was sorry.
Yeah, I know. But I would prefer to see like girls like Normani dancing on stage. You know what I mean? Really dancing with like her whole body versus Cardi B and Megan the Stallion scissoring with their mouth open. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, there's kids watching it too. And I know Cardi B had said, like, oh, I don't make music for your kids, but it's like
That's the
you're
teacher in you
performing.
talking.
Sorry.
But no, I get what you're saying.
You know what I
though,
mean?
like,
Like
yeah.
real talent. Like it's crazy to see like, I don't know, like I hate to say this, but like strippers. I mean, like shout out to strippers. I love you guys, but who are like billionaires who are also rappers, but you can't do anything but open your legs on a stage. You know what I mean?
To blood clot bright. Listen,
I don't know. At least bust a little wine or something. Like, I don't know. That's just my thought process.
to show the.
I miss real dancing, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Like nobody drops down to get the eagle on no more.
Or pop lock and drop it.
That's an Atlanta thing. We don't do that in New York.
Sorry. I was
Sorry,
living
we
in the
don't.
South for a little while, remember?
We don't do that in New York. We
I
don't.
was in North Carolina when that song came out.
I'm like, no, we don't do that. We
hmm
don't do that.
What else do they do in New York? I don't know. We lean with it, rock with it. No.
All right, we're gonna have some fun right now, right?
Uh-oh.
We're gonna play a game. I'm gonna ask you questions. You're either gonna say yes or no.
Do I have to say why?
No, you're just gonna say yeah. I mean, you could say why, but it's called a game of. We're gonna play the game called yes or no. Are you ready?
I'm scared. I don't know what you're about to ask me.
That's the fun part.
For you, for him.
Are you ready?
Mm.
All right. Have you ever gone skinny dipping? We're gonna get off.
No. No.
No,
Mm-mm.
not even like halfway. No. No.
Mm-mm.
Can you sneeze with your eyes open?
No, I tried. That's probably how I hurt my neck.
Are you a good driver?
Mm-hmm. I've never been in an accident that was my fault.
Have you ever laughed so hard you peed your pants?
Yeah. Have you?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a funny story. After this game is over, though, let me remind me though. The question's on you. No, but to answer that question, no, I haven't.
You a liar.
I'm capping, but I have.
You a liar.
Do you like sharing food?
Yeah, actually. At any time, like if me and my boyfriend get two different things to eat, like if he gets shrimp and I get steak, or he gets chicken, I get crab or something, like I'll always feed him off of my plate so he could try it, you know, always.
Have you ever gone viral?
One of my TikTok dances.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, I had,
yes, yes,
that's another thing. The girl
yes,
found my
yes,
TikTok
yes.
and showed it to like admin, and she reported all of my videos against community guidelines, against community guidelines, picture videos of my sister, like TikToks that I made of my family, gone.
I went viral a couple of times.
Hmm.
The time that I ratioed, you know what ratio is? Basically like when you comment on somebody's post
Hmm.
and you get more engagement than the actual person that made the post.
Damn, I feel
So I
bad for
remember
that
Meek
person.
Mill said something about Drake,
Hmm.
and I said something in Meek Mill's comments, and I had like 2,000 more likes than him. So I ratioed him, and I remember he said some threatening shit on another tweet that was, and I'm like, damn. I told Mike, I'm like, yo, he talking about me. I'm like, this nigga about to say his codes, and my shit made Snapchat. It was on a Snapchat homepage. My shit was on the Snapchat
Why you
homepage.
didn't send it to me?
I posted it on my Instagram at
Oh,
one
I
point.
probably saw it then.
It was on the Snapchat homepage. Like my tweet, it said something like this user blah 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 blah, and then it was on the fucking Twitter trending thing because he was trending, and it made the shade room too. And I was like, oh no, this nigga definitely about to send his goons to the kid. But then
You know, my cousin made the shade
I'm
room,
gonna pull the tweet up by the way after this pod is over.
so you could see it.
Yeah,
My cousin made the shade room when he took a picture with J. Cole in Queens for me. He called me. He was like, "Yo, Melissa, J. Cole's in New York, blah blah blah. Yo, take a picture, take a picture." So he took a picture and sent it to me, and it was literally a selfie of him and J. Cole. And I posted it, and that shit went everywhere. Like it was on the shade room. It was on I forgot where else. It was in like a freaking magazine. It was all over the place, and I'm like, that's my picture. That was for me.
I went viral a couple of times. Most of the times that I went viral, those were like funny moments that I did or said. But that was like the moment I'm like, oh shit, he got his goons coming to me.
No,
I was like, I had
have
a
to
good
be
life.
careful what you put on social media. I used to be so hype when soca artists would repost me. Like you have no idea. I'm like, I miss dancing. I do miss dancing.
We're gonna get you back into it for sure.
Oh.
Have you ever ghosted somebody?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. People be doing too much. Like, please leave me alone. But I was nice about it first, and then I literally had to just like block, disappear. That's it.
Are you sure?
Have you?
Have I ghosted somebody? I have recently. I have.
People be doing too much.
I have.
Like, please learn when
I
to
just felt
stop.
like it just wasn't worth my time. Like, I think when I'm so busy, I don't have time to deal with a moody person where I don't know what type of person I'm getting when I'm texting them every day.
Hmm.
Especially when I'm going, like when I work so hard. Like if I'm giving you my time, please respect it. If I see any type of weird vibes, I don't give a fuck how toxic it is. I'm gonna ghost you.
Yeah, you don't owe anybody anything. And women and men need to stop thinking that people owe them things. That whole sense of entitlement that we got going on in this generation, whack. Stop. It's mad corny.
So I wouldn't say that I don't. I ghost people all the time. Have you ever been stood up?
No. Thank God. That's embarrassing. So it's happened to you.
No, I do this. I do the stood up.
You did it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I lied.
I lied.
I wouldn't say stood up because the date actually came
Uh-huh.
came. I would say maybe you might have a word for it. She picked me up. I don't want to get too specific, but she might be watching one day. Do I give a fuck? No. But fuck it, we don't say it anymore. Pick me up, Started raining. There's a couple red flags already though. She didn't really know how to drive. She almost hit somebody while we were in the car. We went to the spot. The spot was cool. We was vibing, good conversation, and I ordered the food for both of us. She finished her food, and then she picked up her phone. Mind you, we talking during, before the food got there, and while the food got there, we talking, having good vibes, having good conversation. So I'm talking about like I'm here eating my food and talking to her, right? Which I don't really like doing too much because I feel like that's my turn off. I think about my. But anyway, right?
Hmm.
I just see Shorty. She down her food, right? And then she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to my event. It's nearby. I don't want to be late." So she gets up while I'm eating my food still, and she's like, "I'm talking about like as soon as she done took her final scoop, she dropped her spoon, picked up her phone, picked up her bag. She's like, she's running late. She's about to run late to her event. Give me a hug, blah blah. I gave her a hug. She's like, "Oh, text me when you get home." I sat back down. I said, "Yo, did I just get stood up just now?" I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I was like, "Okay, what would you call that? That's being simple."
Rude. That is very
I
rude.
felt like how niggas be.
I feel like she ended the date early.
She did, and I was like, cause I'm talking about like took a spoon of her food. I mean, took a scoop of her food, and I swear to God, dropped that spoon, picked up her bag, her thing, gave her a hug. She did. So I said, you know what, Jamal? Let me wait a couple hours. Because she's at her van. I'm like, let me wait a couple hours. No text. I said, fuck it. Let me text her at 10 o'clock. Text her at 10 o'clock. 5 hours later. I'm like, hey, I got home. Had a good time. She's like, yeah, I had a good time with you. Heart
Did she
emoji.
apologize?
No, she just said, hey, I had a good time with you. Heart emoji, right? Mind you, she was texting me every day. I ain't heard from the bitch since. And I decided, I'm like, let me go and follow her. Let me block her. And that's
Well,
how,
she
fellas, you
didn't
got,
make the cut.
this is my, yeah, I had to take her off the roster. You know what I'm saying? Do you know who I am?
Clearly, she didn't.
Do
It's
that
all
to
right.
me, Jamal? Like, do you know who I am? Like, you stand up the kid, the goat.
I'm sorry that that happened. That's OD embarrassing and mad
Nah, first
rude.
of all, the food was fire.
Where'd you go?
I can't put the people onto the spot, but nah. To be honest, like I didn't feel away. I didn't feel away. If anything, I felt like she wasted my time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it was like, first of all, let me break it down. I got back into the dating world. That was my first date back after being in a relationship for so long.
Hmm.
I said, yo, I had people hit me up like, "Oh, you should go date again." Blah 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 blah. Blah. I'm like, nah. I'm kind of working on myself, working on me.
Hmm.
Yada yada. I don't want to, because when you get into the dating world,
Hmm.
you get too deep into it, and
Hmm.
then you're stuck in that repeated cycle where you're trying to get yourself together and also be there for somebody else who got their
Hmm.
own expectations, and you're taking a longer time to heal. I would say, or to build yourself, because now you got to spend money not on yourself but on the other person, and it's kind of like you're in a loop to get out of it. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it, because once you deal with, especially a woman, women are expensive. So I'm like, nigga, like, man, just move back to New York. I'm just trying to get my shit together. Anyway, they're like, oh yeah, you should try Hinge. Hinge is cool. I'm like, what the fuck is Hinge? Dating app. So, oh boy, me personally, all the girls that I really messed with been in real life. I don't know
Hmm.
dating apps. If I did do a dating app, it was a wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Hmm.
Not
Respectfully.
respectfully, sorry, respectfully. My fault. But so yeah, I tried it out. She was cool. Energy was cool. And then we went on a date. Her whole energy switched. So I'm like, damn, okay. Not doing this again. I deleted the app. I said, fuck this shit.
Not doing this again.
No. And I feel like, if anything, I saw the weirdos be on that app. So many weirdos on these dating apps that I was like, I would never do this shit again. Like, so I rather go in real life. Yeah, that's my story.
Weirdos like men and women.
What do you mean? Only talk to women on the app.
I know you only
The
talk to
fuck? I
women,
was
but
like,
I don't know what Hinge is. So
oh,
it's like,
it's a
like,
data.
do you see other people,
No.
or it's
You just see
just
your, no. You
interest?
swipe left, right, match, talk.
Oh,
Yeah, like that.
my,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
No, yeah, but
So you saw weirdos as in women.
yeah, like just the
Damn.
conversation, like the expectation is like they be wanting you to fucking build them a house right away and all that shit like that. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like,
Building a house is not crazy.
you said not crazy.
Like I said, building a house is not crazy. Like, why would you ask somebody that off
Nah, like
rip
they just
one too much?
want a relationship off rip.
Yeah,
Like
but
they
you
don't know
see,
you
that's
from
the
a fly on the
entitlement
wall.
shit that I was talking about
Yeah, like,
before. That shit needs to stop. Like,
Yeah.
why do I have to do something for you immediately? And why does he have to do something for her immediately? Like, I don't even know you. You are a stranger, sir.
I remember like I matched with one girl and like maybe like the sixth response, she's like, "Oh, you know, kind of behind on rent. Do you think you can send me $1,000?" I said, "What?"
What does that have to
I
do with
clicked
me?
unmatch. I said, "This bitch is crazy." I said, "Are you dumb?"
That's what I'm talking
So I was like,
about.
"Nah, I'm cool on that." But I'm
That's what
saying
I'm
like
talking
everybody
about.
got their own agendas on that. On that, you hear the crazy stories on dating apps. Like
I don't know who started that, but that was a horrible trend
it kind of
to
started. You know,
follow
I'm
through.
kind of old school. It started on the Black Planet. Black Planet. Back in them days. I'm not that old though. I'm just saying.
To pay somebody's rent?
No, I'm talking about like the whole dating
Oh,
thing. It wasn't dating
no.
apps, but like it was like Facebook before Facebook type shit. You know, like
No,
you have Black
I'm
Planet,
talking
then
about
MySpace, and Phonex, and Facebook.
I'm talking about like, okay, if oh you send me some food, I'll give you some pussy. Like that's not modern day prostitution.
It is. Well, we call it OnlyFans though. I was just saying. I was saying like that's you know what I mean like
It's like a back and forth thing. That was like one of the main things that I wanted to talk about today. I mean, I'm glad I got to bring it up, but the sense of entitlement and to feel like somebody is obligated to do something for you, like girls saying like you want to talk to me, you got to cash app me $60. Who the fuck are you? Why do I have to pay you to talk to you? You know what I mean? And then like men thinking that just because they like did something for a girl that she's
they deserve
obligated to
some
give
pussy.
him
Yeah,
pussy.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know. I don't know. Like people don't do things to enjoy other people's company anymore. And that's why I'm very happy and content with the person who I'm with right now because I don't feel like I have to do something for him or he has to do something for me. We do things for each other because we're taking care of each other. You know what I mean? It's a partnership. We're building something. And now it's just like, gimme, 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 and do this for me. And I want this. And I don't like it. Like, if being single right now is very, very, very hard. And
The dating pool got pissed in it.
it's disgusting. It's nasty. And everything is sex. And it's like nobody's scared of STDs anymore. And everybody is supposed to have money. And girls can't pay their rent, and guys act like they never had pussy before. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Terrible.
This is why I be in my bubble, and I've had the same friends for like 10 years. Like, I'm so serious because everybody now is just like weird. Like you were talking about the app thing with the girls. You're like, there's a bunch of weirdos. I'm like, yo, you right.
Speaking of that, right?
There are weirdos.
Have you ever been catfished? Like the last question. Have you ever been catfished?
What do you mean? Like
Well,
seeing?
you never did the app though, so I can't ask you that question.
Yeah, no, not really.
But I'm gonna answer my own question that I just asked.
Been
you.
catfished?
Yes, I've been catfished.
I tried to get into a norm of posting pictures without filters now so people can see what I look like because
Mhm.
I don't want to be a catfish.
Right. Yeah, I have like on the
Was
app
it
too.
bad?
It was really bad. It was really bad. Like it was on. I was talking to this girl on Black. Right. This was like maybe 2 3 years ago. I was talking to her on Black, and we exchanged numbers. Like her photos on there. Like she was fire. Not saying she's not an ugly girl. Let me just put her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not an ugly girl. She was fire, and we was just vibing. Right. We got her
Mm-hmm.
number. I said, you know, you only had like 3 pictures on there. I said, I'm like, let me see more of you, right? So then send me the photos, and then I don't know if you know, right? With the iPhone, you can save photos, and then you could check the dates on them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you like knew that, but like you save somebody's photo, and you go to your photo thing,
Mm-hmm.
and at the top, like it will say, like for example, it will say May 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's the day I made that logo and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saved the photo, I was like, hold on. This from 5 years ago. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait. So I asked her, I said, can I see any recent photos you took, blah, blah, blah. And then she started saying, oh, you know, don't judge me when I send you this. I've been stress eating, whatever. Man, she ballooned. Like she sent me, she was like this big, like Monique from the Park is big. I said, what the fuck? Like she was.
So why would you send me pictures of yourself 5 years ago?
She didn't know that I know until she said it to me through the iMessage.
But like, bro, you never thought that for once
But
I would have to see you in person. Like
So-
you didn't think that
so
through.
then I'm like, wait. So I said, you know, I was putting my little Mac. I said, nah, you know, I ain't judging you. You know, I was like, it's a safe space. Which it was. I wasn't judging them. I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, let's FaceTime. So I told her, like, yo, FaceTime me 2 hours. She FaceTime me, and her face looked way different than the photos. She had bare makeup on her face, like in all the photos. And then when I FaceTimed her, it was a different girl. Like
Was
a
that
different,
bad?
yes, it was a different
But like
girl.
but at least the catfish didn't really happen and like when you guys met up in person because it didn't go that far. Did it go that far?
No, it didn't go that far.
Okay,
but I'm
well,
saying, like, if
then
I
you would have
didn't
been
do
tight.
if I didn't do my
Research,
my
your
Googles,
background check.
I was like, yeah, you know, because you never know. Like some of these girls be going these apps, they be trying to line niggas or whatever. So I was like, let me FaceTime, see if she got a pimple or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was crazy. Like she looked. Yeah, listen. So I was like, then like a week later, I said, you know, I'm not really ready to date. I said, I think we should be friends. She took it like, oh, you just like the rest of them, yada yada. So I'm like,
No, you lied, bitch. You was a liar. You
So I
tried
said-
to one up me. You lied.
so I
Like,
said, I understand.
oh man.
I was cool with being the villain though in the story. I'm like, whatever.
I'll be the bad guy. I know what happened.
Right. So
I
I'm like,
know.
whatever they got me the fuck up out that situation.
Yo.
I said, let me get up out of here.
Because I mean, you're never gonna see her. So
yeah, so I was
it's
like, yo, I don't want this girl in my space. I don't want to know where I live. Yada yada. So I'm like,
Because if she was lying about that, imagine what else she's lying about.
But that's my story. You know,
I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Oh
But
man.
this was fun.
That's tough.
This
Yeah.
was fun though.
Yeah. I'm glad we did this. I
Right.
feel like we covered a lot.
We did.
Right?
We touched base on a lot of
A
things
lot.
today.
Was it everything that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So then that's good then.
We're good.
Yay. I feel
This
kind
was
of accomplished.
I felt great.
I know.
What we doing? We partying?
Partying?
I don't really party though.
No. I'm kind of hungry.
I'm retired. Like my jersey in the Raptors right
No,
now.
no.
so-
No. I'm still hungry.
this was great though.
No,
I appreciate you
had a
coming
lot
on
of
the
fun.
pod. You know, we got a little
I like
handshake.
it.
We're gonna make a
I know.
handshake for
I
the
feel
show.
like
Hold on.
What? I'm not good.
So you
I'm
go
not.
here, you
I'm
go
not
here.
coordinated.
Boom. That's our handshake. So you
Okay,
gotta
so
do it
it's
fast.
like this.
All right, so
okay.
that's how we
Nice.
wrapping up the pod. It's the 3 Know I Am pod. It's your boy Jay Legend. We got Mel So Fire. We out.
Everybody can come up here, Brooklyn.